Hello everyone, my name is Sumagaysay from Group 1. How did ancient civilization such as Greece, Egypt, Mesopotamia contribute to the development of modern science technology? Ancient civilization like Greece, Egypt, and Mesopotamia made an important contribution that helped shape modern science and technology. This civilization advanced fields like mathematics, astronomy, medicine, engineering, and philosophy. Let's talk about ancient Greece. Aristotle's ideas, one of ancient Greece, were very important for modern science and technology, especially in logic, mathematics, and physics, while some of his specific ideas were later improved or changed. His way of thinking how to reason, organize knowledge, and the study of natural world had a big impact on how science developed. How does Aristotle use logic to develop science and technology? Aristotle's use of logic significantly contributed to the development of modern science and technology. He introduced the concept of syllogism, a method of reasoning that involves drawing conclusions from two premises which help establish a structured way of thinking. Here's an example. All plants need sunlight to grow. A sunflower is a plant. Therefore, a sunflower needs the sunlight to grow. This kind of reasoning helps us figure out facts from basic ideas, just like how scientists today use what they know and observe to understand the world. Aristotle's way of thinking helped us figure out how to organize and understand scientific ideas. Next, mathematics. Aristotle also used mathematics to contribute to the development of modern science technology. Aristotle didn't create new mathematics, but his ideas helped shape how we use math in science today. He focused on logic and reasoning, which help organize how we solve problems. He believed that math could explain patterns in nature, even though he didn't have the tools we have now. His work influenced later thinkers like Archimedes, who used geometry to understand physical laws. Aristotle also encouraged abstract thinking, which helped scientists use math to explain things like motion and forces. His ideas set the foundation for how math is used in modern science and technology. Example: Aristotle used basic geometry to explain how objects move, like how things follow curved paths in the air. While his ideas about motion were later corrected, he helped start the idea that math could explain how things move. This influenced later scientists like Archimedes and Galileo, who used more advanced math to understand forces and motion. Their work led to the development of modern physics and technology.
So we will discuss about the Greece contributions of science and technology. So physics, Aristotle's ideas in physics were important in early developments of science, even though many were later corrected. He believed that everything in nature had a purpose and that objects moved towards their natural state. For example, he taught heavier objects false pastors, which was later changed by Galileo and Newton. Aristotle also thought everything was made for elements earth, air, fire, and water. Even then was wrong. It is influenced early ideas about matter. He helped the scientists start thinking about the cause and effects in nature, so which become a key idea in the modern physics. His focus on observations and reasoning also inspired the scientific method, where ideas are tested through experiments. In this way, Aristotle helped lay the foundation modern science and technology. Second, biology. So Aristotle made key contributions to biology that influenced modern science. He was one of the first group of animals into categories like vertebrates and invertebrates, which help in shapes today our taxonomy system. Aristotle also believed in studying animals closely through observations, leading to the study of anatomy. He had early ideas about reproductions and developments, to somewhere later proving wrong, or his ideas about the soul, behaviors, and consciousness. In short, Aristotle works in grouping animals, observing life, and early ideas about biology laid the foundations for modern science. For example, about biology, Aristotle studied the anatomy of different animals by dissecting them, carefully observing their organs and structures. For example, he examined the heart of mammals and described in a central organ that pumps blood. To he know more about the hearts today, his observations laid the groundwork for the study of anatomy. His focus on careful observations and classifications helping future scientists understand how animals are built and functions, which is still used in the modern science.
Hello everyone, this is my report about ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt made important contributions to the development of modern science and technology. In architecture, the architectural and engineering skills of ancient Egyptians were extraordinary, with their use of mathematics playing a major role in building impressive structures like the pyramid, temples, and obelisks. Egyptian engineers and architects used geometry to create precise design. Examples: when building the Great Pyramid of Giza, they carefully calculated the measurement and angles to ensure everything lined up perfectly. They used simple tools like levers, ramps, and pulleys to move the huge stones, some weighing tons. Their knowledge of weight distribution in building techniques allow them to create massive stone structures that have lasted for thousands of years. Egyptian temples were not only places of worship but also examples of smart engineering. With careful alignment to the stars and the direction of the earth, through their advanced use mathematics and engineering, the Egyptians made lasting contributions that influenced future civilization.
Another contribution of ancient Egypt is medicine. In ancient Egypt, doctors learned a lot about the human body by embalming people. When they prepared bodies for burial, they removed organs and studied them. This helped them understand how the body worked, including the heart and the blood vessels. Egyptians doctors knew how to treat different health problems like eye and teeth issues. They used this knowledge to make medicines from plants and other natural things. Even though they didn't have modern tools, their study of the body helped later doctors understand medicine better. Another one is the Great Pyramid of Giza. The Great Pyramid of Giza played an important role in the development of science and technology in ancient Egypt. To build these massive structures, the Egyptians used advanced engineering skills like precise measurements and tools such as levers, ramps, and pulleys to move heavy stone blocks. They applied mathematics and geometry to design the pyramids, with exact angles influencing later architectural techniques. The pyramid were also carefully aligned with the stars, showing the Egyptians' understanding of astronomy. They used the position of stars in the sand to guide their construction and track time, helping create a solar calendar. The need for precision in building to led the standardization of measurements, like the cubit and advanced methods in surveying land. The pyramids not only demonstrated their skills in construction, but also influenced future innovations in engineering and astronomy that shaped later civilization.
Ancient Mesopotamia, cradled between the Tigris and the Euphrates rivers, flourished as the birthplace of civilization. Its fertile crescent fostered the development of agriculture, leading to settled communities and the rise of complex societies. These early Mesopotamians pioneered advancements in irrigation, law, writing, also known as cuneiform, mathematics, and astronomy, leaving behind a rich legacy of monumental architecture, intricate artwork, and sophisticated social structures that profoundly influenced subsequent civilizations. Their innovations in governance, trade, and technology laid the groundwork for many aspects of Western civilization. Cuneiform, also known as writing, in ancient Mesopotamia, the development of cuneiform writing helped greatly in the growth of science, technology, and society. Cuneiform was used to write down important things like laws, business transactions, and scientific knowledge. Cuneiform, the world's first known writing system, allowed the accumulation and the transmission of knowledge across generations, fostering intellectual growth and innovation. This system of wedge-shaped marks impressed on clay tablets preserved vital information about astronomy, mathematics, and medicine, contributing significantly to the advancement of Mesopotamians. The standardization of cuneiform further facilitated communication and collaboration among different city-states, strengthening economic and cultural ties throughout the region. We have two examples of cuneiform. Firstly, we have recording laws. One of the most important uses of cuneiform was to write down laws like the Code of Hammurabi, which was one of the first written legal codes. This helped create a more organized society where people could know their rights and duties, leading to better governance and injustice. And second is business and transactions. Cuneiform was also used to record business deals, trades, and agreements. Merchants used to keep track of sales, debts, and contracts, which helped improve trade and economy. It made it easier to keep accurate records of resources and deals.
Good afternoon. Uh, Science and technology, the Mesopotamians also used cuneiform to write down their discoveries in math, astronomy, and medicine. They recorded important mathematical calculation, astronomical observation, and even medicine. Their knowledge of math helped them with building and irrigation, while their study of the stars helped them make prediction. They also recorded medical treatment, which helped improve healthcare. Irrigation. In ancient Mesopotamia, they built canals, dams, and reservoirs to control water from the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. For, for farming, this irrigation system helped them grow crops year-round, even when the rivers weren't flowing. It allowed them to produce more food, support growing cities, and strengthen their economy. Their knowledge of irrigation spread to other civilization, improve farming and the world. Astronomy is ancient Mesopotamia people studied the stars, moon, and planet to understand time and nature. They used moon cycle to create calendar and plant farming, like knowing when plant crop also watch the star to track season and predict to like even like eclipse. Their early work in astronomy helped them organize important activities and influence later scientific discoveries.